Welcome back to part two. So what was I getting at? Yeah, it's bigger than all the things that are put in front of us. Cause see, this is the thing. The things that are put in front of us, the things that we fight for, the things that we hold dear to our heart, these are all temporary things. Even your knowledge is based on temporary. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be Egyptian knowledge with the pyramids and the pineal gland and the third eye with the chakras and all of that stuff. All of these things are dealing with here. You know what I'm saying? How to operate in the natural realm. But we're spiritual beings, so you know most of us are lost because we think this is it. YOLO. You only live once. Let me tell y'all something, man. The wisdom that we have, the wisdom that we attain, the knowledge that we attain, it is only for the benefit of making us puffed up against each other. And this is the wickedness of the enemy. And the enemy, whether you want to call him Satan, whether you want to call him Shaitan, whether you want to call him Lucifer, whether you want to call him, just the enemy. I mean, it is what it is. This is the enemy is separation from God. So in that separation from God, you pretty much are putting yourself in a position of the flesh. This is our biggest enemy. Our biggest fight is the flesh. And the reason I say that is because what makes you less spiritual? What makes you do things that are wrong to your being? It's your necessity for identity, your necessity for the flesh. If you smoke cigarettes, if you drink, if you do drugs, just anything, lust. If you lust women, instant gratification type of things, such as I don't know, maybe a job. You might put a job before your family. You might put certain things before others. You know what I'm saying? Money is the biggest instant gratification because it makes us feel like we have an identity. Like when people look at you and you have money, all of a sudden they look at you and they love you. But as soon as you don't have that money, they don't care about you. Now, what kind of identity do you want to identify? Is that the type of identity you want to identify yourself with? Someone who has no personality, someone who has no valor, no moral value for themselves except for when they have money. You know what I'm saying? Most of us get caught up in the trap because we want to be better than someone else, or if we don't want to be better than someone else, we envy what they have, so we want to mimic that, or we want to be better for ourselves. Christ teaches you that all these things must pass away. Christ teaches you that when they are passed away, that is not the end, that there is more. Instead of having a castle, a kingdom, actually, you can have nice things. Don't get me wrong. It's good to have nice things. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So if you want to feel like, you've attained something, cool. But the thing is, what have you done for it? What morals have you lowered yourself to, or in yourself? What morals have you lowered in yourself? How have you defamed, or how have you downgraded yourself for the sake of having money? That's what you gotta ask yourself. You know what I'm saying? And most of us are caught up in the material plane, man. Christ gives us life. He gives us the afterlife. He died and rose on the third day. Now, if you don't believe that, I can go scientific with it. Before the earth was created, right? Since people want to always talk about how they put things of the sun with the actual sun. I'm gonna just show you. I'm gonna go scientific with it for you. When the earth was created, before the earth was created, there was a sun. That sun went into supernova stage. Hold on, baby, I'm doing something, okay? Yeah, I can push you. Hold on. But you gotta be careful because we ain't even put this up yet. Just a little bit, okay? Okay. You know how to do it by yourself now?
Huh?
You know how to put your legs up when you go up, down?
Up and down.
Yeah, up and down. There you go.
Up and down.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take it to the scientific level. So the supernova, this sun exploded and turned into a supernova or whatever. Then it imploded. Now, when it imploded, started picking up the debris and all this stuff or whatever, which created what is known as our Earth's core. Which from the Earth's core, we got the land and then whatever, the seas and this and that, and then Earth. Boom. That's the scientific way of thinking about it, right? But the thing is, right, that those are just examples of God's greatness, because we're all made in God's image. Everything is made in the likeness of God. So when they tell you the universe is within you and the universe is outside you, that doesn't make you God. It just shows that you are a reflection of the greater being that we are that we are within its creation, and he's the glue that holds our creation. Now, that's scientifically, you know what I'm saying, if you want to do it like that. So the sun died, rose in 3 days, boom. You got the solstices and all of that. So they say that when the sun is at the lowest point for them 3 days, it's like the sun's death, and that's the crux or whatever they call it, you know what I'm saying. If you want to go astrological, scientific, or whatever. What I'm saying is this: those things are just for us to glorify our own wisdom, to glorify our own sense of purpose and meaning. But all those things were made in Christ. In John says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with him in the beginning. In him all things were made. Without him nothing that was made was made. And it goes on to say how he became the flesh and everything like that. So the same process that goes on in your mother's belly is the same process that went on with the earth. It's the same process that created the universe. He is that process. The builders, masons, Rosicrucians, Skull and Bones, even the Vatican, all the builders of a civilization or whatever that put together everything, right? He's the stone that the builders rejected. And he is also the capstone, if you want to go pyramid with it. He's the stone that the builders rejected. He is God in the flesh. He is the example of everything that we can have an answer to. So as science moves on and moves forward, now check this out. Now the dude that created the Big Bang Theory, go look it up for yourself if you don't believe me. The guy that created the Big Bang Theory, this man retracts his statements about the Big Bang, and now he is no longer believing that it was all an accident. The way that the planets are. Carl Sagan said that there's many billions of life forms out there somewhere. Well, we've been since the 1960s looking for those life forms, cannot find none. This is the only area in the universe where life is possible because of the heat, cold, gases, all these different things. Now, there's more to it, like Jupiter itself is always getting bombarded with asteroids. If Jupiter wasn't there, we would be getting hit with them same asteroids. There would be no Earth. So we're protected as well. And this is what this is why I don't understand when people say they don't believe in God, when the very fact that you don't believe in your creator says that you don't believe in yourself, because he is you. He is you. We are not him. He is us. And so anyway, I just wanted to say that for all the people who got wisdom and knowledge and smarts. His is a peace that surpasses all understanding. And once you've been through many levels of different religions as I've been, you would understand why a person like me would choose Christ, the lowest of the low, the humblest of the humble, the servant of all, the master servant, pretty much. He served his own creation. He got ridiculed by his own creation. He is the author of life. And we are his characters. And I'm here to exploit that every day with my new channel, with my music ministry, with my ministry, Three Crosses One Way Ministry, which is for the believer, the non-believer, and God is the head cross. We are all on a cross. Every single one of us has to die to self every day. But but the non-believer will not. The non-believer will not accept anything is greater than he. And this is why we've been given a grace period. The non-believer is pretty much given a sense of entitlement, which can only come from separation from God. When you are one with God, you let him be the head. Therefore, you take up the image. You become his reflection on earth. And you don't have to try to be a God. You don't have to call yourself a God. You don't even have to even work for it. You're actually being what he created you to be. You find purpose and meaning in your life when you let go of your free will, man. This is the hardest thing for everybody, is letting go of your free will. Your free will lets you choose against God. If he wasn't a loving God, we would be like robots. We would be like the insects that just do what insects do, the animals that just do what animals do. We actually have a choice, y'all. We can think. That is the greatest image on earth, the greatest likeness on earth. And we abuse that gift every day because we reject the stone that built it all. But I'm gonna leave it at that. This is my introduction. Three Crosses One Way Ministry is my ministry. Karif 777 is the artist that you know as Karif 777. Evangelist Getty Rivera. This is who I am. And get ready, because we're about to embark on a long, long journey. Peace and love, y'all. Much love.